Okay, so tonight on Garage Time, we start the process of marking out our roof for the 21 window conversion, our Grumpy Metals kit. So we've gone through their online instructions. He actually posted a step-by-step in the Samba.com. So we're gonna go ahead and start that process. The first step in the process is establishing your zero line. And your zero line is where all your further or future measurements will be taken from. And to do this, you get your trusty aluminum meter stick. You use your B-pillar as your reference point. You get your Sharpie. So put a tick on the roof there. And you do that same on the other side. Now obviously we want to move this tick onto our roof, right? So making just a reference point there. Now before I go any further, I'll explain. We also got another thin piece of aluminum. We put a sharp bend in the bottom here. So what we're gonna do is mark that up with our two lines. Clamp it down with the vise. And if we do line this up, we'll see that we're getting, obviously the other side's not straight, but we're getting it lined right up. So I'll go ahead, vise this down on the other side, get that band nice and tight so we can draw our zero line. So we've got this clamped on both sides, double checked with the ruler, just making sure we are actually on, I'll call it the front side of the B-pillar. That is our zero line. So I'm gonna go up with my Sharpie and run it along my band. Now I will be making this mark again. Right now I'm drawing it all out on the roof, but for welding purposes, I'm gonna clean the paint in the area where I'm welding before I cut the roof. So I'm drawing this now so I know where to clean the paint. I'm gonna clean it off with my sanding or my flat disc on my grinder. Then I'm gonna draw this line again on the bare metal. So for now, this is just so I know where to clean the paint. And as they say, measure twice, cut once. I definitely want to make sure I am cutting in the right spot. So we'll do this a few times. So that band will be used again when we do the back. So for now, just making a note, this is our zero line, our point of reference for everything else. So the front opening where you actually cut across, they want you to come 3.5 inches forward. So forward, I'm saying forward, away from the line, towards the back of the vehicle. So I'm gonna use my nifty aluminum ruler again. I hate starting at the end. I'm gonna start at 2, so 2 plus 3.5, 5.5. So I draw a tick there. I'm gonna go to the other side, do the same thing. Strap my band on again, draw a second line. That is the front cut or your front rough cut line. So again, our nifty strap is locked in. We took our initial measurement at 3.5, but I'm checking again, 3.5. So this is our rough cut line. Again, this line, I keep saying rough cut because in the kit you have your tool, right? So we're actually gonna use the scribing tool and be cutting this again one more time back here. So this is the initial to get the whole sheet metal off the roof. but I'm gonna go ahead and finish drawing this line and then we'll move to the next step. So now that we have our rough cut front line, we're gonna mark our rear cut line. Now, they want you to go back 72 inches. So we bought a piece of steel, 72 inches long. Just confirming we are 72 inches. So in the order we've marked these out in, you could screw up, so be careful. Any measurement you make is always from your 0 line. So the 3.5, don't start measuring and marking from here. Otherwise you'll be infilling metal at the back. So it's from the 0 cut line. Put our piece of steel, we'll go to the back, we'll mark that. That will give us our 72 inches for our rough cut. Now, just putting an arrow like that so that we know, we'll put the band here because I'm gonna move this steel over to the other side and mark it and bring our band to the back, draw our line across. Okay, so we're marking out our rear cut line. And you can see I put the 72-inch plate in the middle, or the steel rod in the middle, just to make sure. I know we measured 72 here. I just wanted to check that my band was actually running straight, so it is, and we'll mark the other side. You can see we already started the grinding process a bit, but we're gonna do that along the whole way. So after this is all marked out for the video, I'm gonna grind and we're gonna remark it again. So we're gonna clean all the paint in this area. I'm gonna go back a bit further because you're gonna do, this is your rough cut line. So you're gonna remove a bit more material. So you'll actually be welding back here. This whole section in the middle will be cut out and removed, right? So let me finish marking this on the other side, and then we'll move to the last step of marking it out, which is your side piece. All right, so the final line to mark, you're not gonna cut right down. You're actually going to, I'm gonna use my ruler. They recommend about a 1-inch line, but you're gonna cut along here, and then you're gonna carefully remove this in sections to break the spot welds as you go, instead of screwing up your rain gutter, right? So you're gonna do that piece carefully in pieces. So for your first big cut, I just put my ruler. My Sharpie's losing life. I might have to get another one. But anyhow, you get the point. I run my ruler along. It's giving me, you know, an inch and a quarter up, and then after the whole roof section is removed, I will cut some slots in here and be removing this in sections. Now, depending on how you plan to cut your roof, we're gonna use electric shears to do ours, but the channel in the middle, which is located at this pillar, you're gonna reuse. So if you're going about this and using a grinder, obviously be careful in this area that you don't damage that support brace, because you're gonna use that, it's gonna move towards the back of the vehicle later on. So yeah, I guess that's it. I'm gonna go get myself, a new Sharpie. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And next time you see this series, we'll be cutting a hole in the roof.